Welcome to Fitness Evolution 808. My name is Michael Carey, and today we're going to be talking about a brand new product line we just brought in, our VIBRAFORCE Mini. This is an example of our red nose mini. It's a composite product that has a little bit of aluminum, and then it has that rubberized plastic that's pretty common on our full-size advanced models. We carry this now in an all aviation or an aerospace aluminum that comes in, I guess you'd call it a leaf or a mint green, as well as black. And then we'll have that composite that I showed you just as we started this video in that black and red. So we call this our red nose composite. We're super excited about our minis. They finally filled in a void, and that void is affordability. So now you can get a product that's around $200 to $250, where our full-size models are usually $300 to $400, depending on if it's a limited edition print, like our older ones, our Silver Surfer and our Carnival models, or if it's our special 3-button speed dial model, or if it's our 2 buttons. So that's where the price points differ. But right now our minis are going to range from about $200, depending if there's a sale, up to about $280, depending on which product you get. Again, just check online. We do have specials. A lot of times we can get better pricing when we get more inventory, and just over time, sometimes the price point will come down just because they're more readily available. Right now, these are brand new products. They haven't had a long life on the shelf yet, so to speak. Our aluminum right here that I'm holding, that I said comes in a green or black, is absolutely the newest model that's come out from our manufacturer. It's going to come with 4 accessory heads. We're going to go into that in a little bit. And then our composite model that we can currently only carry in that red and black also comes with those 4 accessories. So in terms of what makes the difference between the two is our composite's 12 ounces, believe it or not, and this is only 1 pound, 2 ounces. So that's a difference. Quality-wise, durability-wise, your aluminum is going to hold up extremely well. This is extremely strong, robust. Even though it weighs just a little bit more than the composite, it's going to hold up over time. It's going to take a little bit more wear and tear. So if you know you're traveling with it, you're bringing it to the gym, there's a chance you may drop it, your aluminum's probably the way to go. In terms of the heads they come with, you're going to see the U-shaped head that's on the top of this one. And these are standard on both of our minis. No matter which one you get, they're going to come with the same heads. Then you've got your flat head, which is on the red nose composite. And then it also comes with a really important bullet and that spherical head, that kind of clown nose, which has just a little bit of softness to it. The spherical head is really, really good direct to skin. I've mentioned that in other videos. And then finally, you've got those 4 base heads because the case itself, which is pretty small, so I'll give you an example of how small it is. I'm looking in a mirror here, but this is the shape or the size of it to my hand. It's small, so it's probably the height of your phone. I'm pretty positive it's about the height of, or the width of my phone. I'm looking at it right now. So the great thing about it is it's tiny, it's easy to carry, but we call my VIBRAFORCE Mini is kind of like a pocket massager. It goes in your pocket, goes in your fanny pack, goes in your backpack, goes in a purse, goes wherever you go. In terms of the space inside of it, it's pretty tiny. It's going to have the mold that fits the device and then those 4 accessory heads I spoke about. The only other accessory that we have approved from our manufacturer and from our company is the air plug head. The air plug head is probably one of the second most important heads in my mind, next to the wedge head. Unfortunately, the wedge head will not work with the minis. It works with our full-size advanced. It is not made to work with the minis. Our air plug head is light enough and shouldn't put too much pressure. Remember, that's the forgiving head you can use over bone and joint, or if you're really sensitive in an area or you were just recently injured, probably none of the other heads you'll be able to use. It's just too much. But that air plug head should fit into that void. So we're really excited that we can adapt, or we can extend the accessory head, so to speak, to 5 versus the original 4 base heads. So that's the biggest difference between the 2 models, is really the casing. In terms of the controller, they're exactly the same. They're all charged by USB. That is probably the most exciting news that we have. You can finally charge this anywhere you are, from your car to having a laptop or being at the coffee shop and having a USB plug nearby. That's the only thing you will need, is to have something to plug it into, but we'll give you the cord itself comes in the product, in the case. So again, plugs right into USB. This is a 25 to 2600 mAh battery. That's amazing. The fact that they can stuff that many cells, and now the technology, they're able to put more power in a smaller cell, because our full-size model, our advanced model, actually is the same battery. It's around a 24 to 2500 mAh, so it's maybe considered a little less. So you're getting about equal to our full size. But again, it's not made to replace the full size. These are going to be run for 10 to 15 minutes, and then you're going to put them down to rest. Our full size, again, you can run them up to an hour. We don't recommend more. We have tested them, they've held up, but we say an hour, give it a rest for an hour. Your minis, if you use them 10, 15 minutes, maybe give them a rest for 30 minutes. You can use them multiple times a day, but again, they are tiny. There's not a lot of breathing room. They have a ventilation on the top, and they'll air out from the bottom. You'll feel a little air coming out of there. So anyhow, getting into the usability, how these function. If you haven't read the manual, if you own one, or you're just not a reading a manual type person, then this video is for you. Push the button right on the bottom. It's going to be the same on the aluminum, although it's green, so it's a little bit more camouflage. You're going to hold that button for just a couple seconds. On our composites, it will start up faster. You're in 1800 percussions, level 1. There's 4 levels. Doesn't matter which one you get. They're both the same levels. 1800 to 2100, 2100 to 2500, and the 4th level, 3200 percussions per minute. It's not too loud. These are going to range 45 to 50 decibels. We haven't measured it with our decibel reader like we've measured this, which is profound in the low 40s, but this is pretty quiet. Sometimes the composite may be a little quieter than the aluminum, and sometimes the aluminum may be a little quieter than the composite. That's because these are put together on the assembly line by hand. Human touch, humans make errors. Sometimes the balance is off, the screw wasn't torqued, or there wasn't enough silicone grease put onto the throat. So please be understanding about that there's no perfect decibel, but we know there's a range they're going to work in, and we expect them to be a 45 to 50, maybe 55 at the top, highest level. Turning it off, if you just want to go back to 1800, you'll hit that button one more time, you hear it kind of quiet up a little bit. We're back to 1800 percussions. These are powerful. For such a small device, these will withhold 32 pounds of pressure. That means how much force I have to push into it or push down into something. First and foremost, we don't recommend you ever push that hard into the human body to try to stall this. If you're pushing that hard and it's stalling, you got to talk to us. We got to give you a different way to use your device, because it's just not appropriate to stall this out on the human body. But we know a lot of competitors sell their product lines as if it's 60, it's 80, it's 90 pounds of pressure. That's just insane. That is not a selling point. That is a negative. You should never have to force this into the body. You have to let the body heal itself. And that's by actually starting in slow percussion and letting the heads do the work, and then working up as the body has created warmth and blood flow, the circulation. And then the body is going to slowly let go. Of course, as you're moving through the fascia, the soft tissue, you're sweeping, you're elongating that soft tissue, so you're helping it to let go of those knots and holding patterns. Anyhow, we're not going to get too much into depth of that. Our future videos with our docs, we will. But in terms of shutting it off, just hold it for a couple seconds. Our composite, as I mentioned earlier, turns on a little quicker and shuts off a little quicker. Our aviation or our aerospace aluminum, a little bit longer. It's a safety precaution. So after we kind of learned that there's a chance if these were sitting in your pocket, they could get pushed on your keys. And if there was a little bit of pressure on that button too long, it's turning on. It's not going to damage anything, but it's like, oh, it just turned on in my pocket, or it's in my purse and my purse is rattling. Our aviation aluminum is our newest model. This was just redesigned where the nose and head was moved to the top to give you full grip now. So I'm excited that this is really robust. It just gives you a solid feel. That's what I love about this aerospace aluminum model that comes in green or red. I'm sorry, green or black. We did carry red, but probably just going to carry green and black for now. But the same thing in terms of turning it on is you'll hold it down, but it's going to take a couple extra seconds. So 2 to 3 seconds, and then shutting it off 2 to 3 seconds. So that's the biggest difference between the two. Again, this the casing, but all in terms of the accessories, everything is the same. We're so jazzed about this product line. We welcome your feedback. Please get them while we have them. The aluminum ones sold out within a week of the Christmas holiday in 2020. We've got new batches coming in all the time, but we kind of move them in and move them out. We're testing them in small amounts. We don't get a huge amount at one time, and we do that because it's our business model to not do that. we want to kind of go in small batches and kind of test things out. So we know that these haven't been on the shelf very long. So unfortunately, fortunately, we only give a 6-month warranty. Our full size line, we've had more history with it, up to 2 years. So we offer a standard 1 year with our advanced models and pretty much all our full size ones, up to 2 and 3 year extended, which you can purchase additional. So our minis right now come with a 6-month. We do not have additional warranty on them. Again, you want to treat these like they're your baby. It's a puppy. You want to be very sensitive with it. You want to give it the charge that it needs, which is going to tell you a 6-hour charge right off the bat, and then you're going to use it until it's exhausted, and then you're going to run that cycle again 2 and 3 times. So again, 1 time, 6 hour or more, and then you're going to exhaust it. You'll use it as much as you can for however weeks it takes you until it no longer powers up. Then you'll run another cycle, and you're going to do that 3 total times. So that's the most important to create longevity with that lithium ion battery, which is in the handle. And again, that's the biggest difference between that and our full size. This is built for long-term use, maybe up to an hour if you're using it with, we have some athletes now using it in sports, so their teams are using it. Even in a COVID time, they're using it. We do recommend wiping it down in between people like we do at our store, but we just know that these are built to be pushed hard and those batteries can be replaced. So that's our introduction to our mini line. We really appreciate you listening in. And as always, feedback, you can visit us at fe808.com or our handle, fe808 VIBRAFORCE. Thank you so much for listening in, and be well.